Morning. How y'all doing today? Well, my name's Tom, and well, I'm just a rambling Christian. If this is the first time you've been here, please stick around. We look at things a little different around here. But typically, I like to ramble before I get started. So, now I tell you, everything around us is symbolism, and we have to look at it with those type of eyes. Trying to get the meanings of the things set in front of our face. Now, I'm going to give you an example. I was scrolling through this morning and I come across this post. And it's supposed to be some wise man, and these are wise words, okay? He says, when you come across a flower in a field, and you think it's beautiful and all that, don't pick it, because when you pick it, it dies and loses that. No, leave it there and let it live. You know what I'm saying? Now, I tell you, I base everything on the book of knowledge. Can we call that wise words? To leave that there and don't pick that flower, okay? Now, in order to see wisdom within those words, we have to take the all into consideration first. Now, first, if you pick a flower in the wilderness, what do? You take it home, throw it off in some water, maybe even toss an aspirin off in there. Allow that flower to come to its full maturity and then fade away. Perhaps give it some, words of wisdom, the holy water. The aspirin, heal that sickness. When it dies, it becomes fertilizer for the all. It becomes one with everything around it when it dies. This is an example of types of people. Okay, I tell you, you cannot move on without death. And if you seek new life, new flesh, not life. If you seek new flesh, that's death, sleeping. Is it not? So, when God reaches out and He picks you a beautiful soul, picks you, sticks you in a vase, gives you some holy water, and when you put them flowers down in that vase, now a flower doesn't need a gallon of water. No, it doesn't. No, it just needs a little bit of water at a time. Not, throwing a whole pitcher over it, and then drowning the flower in a gallon of water when it drinks a drop at a time. You see what I'm saying? That's waterboarding. And, that's the truth of it. It's not. See, that's why I say wisdom it's okay. To me, Solomon was an idiot. Truly. Think about it. It's just like this. You're looking at the surface of it. Picking the flower dies. All things die. But if you pick the flower, you can take it home and care for it and nurture it and love it even longer than you would have if you walked away. Beautiful. Say the beautiful flower is a beautiful soul that's getting trampled on by the world. And you have that mentality of leaving it there, it'll stand back up on its own. You see, Solomon says the root of all evil is the love of money. He's a fool to me. Because that's not the root of all evil. The root of all evil is selfishness that causes a love of money, that causes a love of oneself, that gives one blindness to only them. Selfishness, not the love of money. It stems from somewhere. There's a deeper cause than the love of money. It's a love of oneself before another. You put yourself before everyone else. That's selfishness. Don't care what you want to label it. The love of money, the love of junk in your house, the coveting of your neighbor's crap. It's selfishness because you want to be better than everybody else. You know, see, that's examples right in front of your face. In order to be one with the all, you have to die. No new flesh, no new earth, no new names, over and over and over and over again. That's what Scripture says. No hell. You're in it. I mean, daggone. This book says you died multiple times. What? And you're instructed. It says, I formed you from the womb. That implies that the spirit goes somewhere and has accountability for their actions. Christians profess this. You think it's where you're getting drowned in the water? Is that where you're getting correction? Because you're a spirit now. Forever and ever and ever and ever. Now you just possess the land. That's a demon spirit inside of flesh. Possession. When you possess another, you need to be exorcised, or aka circumcised, out of their heart. You evil people. But anyway, give me just a minute. I'll pull something up. We're going to look at this today. All right. I'm going to pull up the Song of Solomon. Now, I'm going to start at 5. I got 6 the other day. And to be honest, it was that video I talked about. I mean, I had just finished test, checked it all out, everything worked. And from the first word to the last word of the video, did not work. It just no sound whatsoever. And I had just checked my sound. So I know it wasn't that. So I'm going to start at 5. And I'm going to try to get to 8. It may be long today. But I want you to see what's going on. And this speaks of everything that's going on right in front of your eyes, right here, right now. In the invisible realm, I'm gonna give you the invisible, what's going on, and then I'm also gonna give you the physical of what's going on with that. Oh man, I've been thinking about this stuff a lot. Wisdom is awesome. It is. But the first thing that wisdom should give us is sight. You should not just be looking at the surface layer, because that's like picking the flower and not picking the flower. When it dies, it becomes one of the all. If you pick it, you take it and care for it, and it lives longer. And I'm talking in the spirit, and maybe even implant a memory of that beautiful flower and take that with you for even after it goes. Does that make sense? See, these are how I look at it. And this is the way I look at Scripture. I try to see the all, not just what's on the surface. And I hate to say that. Man declares that Solomon is wise. Yeah, he's wise, all right. But he has no love, no mercy, no understanding, no knowledge, and all the beautiful things he could have asked for first. I read a post. If God granted you 3 wishes, what would they be? Love, mercy, understanding. First and foremost, I don't know, that understanding justifies the loving heart. It truly does. I figured it out. Truly, truly, the easiest way that I could put for you to leave is to love without consequence. Just love all, no matter what. Doesn't matter. Good, bad, or indifferent. Just an all-encompassing love. No hate. No wishing somebody would pay for their actions. We label everything as in such a short lifespan. People learn over thousands of years. They're slow to come along when everything set in front of their eyes is exactly the opposite of reality. In hell, sin is legal. It's actually praised here. Murderers are going to have a high seat at the table here. Look at Islam. That is this dude's kingdom. If we look around and we be honest with ourselves, that if God is all love and forgives over and over and over and tells them, you'll get another chance. Yes, my anger's coming, but you get another chance, you get another chance. Like I say, thousands of years these people have been here. And that's Sheol, a place of waiting for the spirits, purgatory. And you just keep walking further and further away instead of getting closer with the one who forgave you. Jesus didn't forgive you. He was a sacrifice on the altar of God, died, his blood run down the altar, and your heart, that's the altar of God, your heart covered every sin you ever had and that they ever had. And the kicker is, for every sin they're ever going to commit, because you're in the land of hell. All things are legal. No sin here. And you won't let Jesus die. Jesus died for all sin, for all time, for all people. So these people are still sin free. And you won't let Jesus die. You keep looking at sin. Then that means that Jesus never died for you. It's just that simple. If you think another man has a sin, you're trying to kill Jesus again. It says you can only sacrifice Jesus one time. And you keep sacrificing because he covers everybody's sin. They don't have to ask for it. It says in Romans 2:10 through 12 or something, they're a law to themselves. You're not a law to yourselves. You've been called to the book of law. It's good for sinners. And you can't get it through your head that a law, that holding somebody accountable for a law that does not exist here is evil. You're the ones trampling the flowers and waiting for them to raise up themselves. You put them down at every breath you take. You tell them that Jesus will pick them up. Jesus doesn't pick up anybody. That's the servants here that pick up people, not shepherds. Shepherds kill sheep all day long. Servants serve. It's just that simple. I mean, I don't know an easier way to say that. I'm a called servant, not a shepherd. I don't want no stupid flock. I just go around and pick people up. I'm good with that. Plant seeds. Shepherds don't plant seeds. Servants are the ones who plant seeds. Shepherds kill the flock. Eat it all day long. It's their favorite meal, lamb stew. Servants pick people up. Shepherds crush the flowers in the field and kill the sheep. Wow. Song of Solomon 5. I have come to my garden, my sister, my spouse. I tell you, this book is backwards. Man is the female, created by your mother, your sister. His sister. He is a man also. So it's not a man shall not lie with man. It would be exactly opposite of that. The female, the spirit shall not lie with another female spirit. Deception. They think the comforter is a man. That's a man shall not lie with man, so that's the flesh part. But in reality, we're the females, we're the Eves, because we have reality. I can do whatever the heck I want here. It says my God had created me with free will. Not yours, though. Created you with law. Created me with free will. See, I am the church of free will. You're the church of the law. Jesus forgave all sin here. The Lord of this world, there is no sin here. He says, I bring you back. I have mercy on you, and you just still keep doing it. He has mercy on you, but you have no mercy on them. We're supposed to be like God. Love without bounds. Love without requirements. Love without preconceived notions. Love without bounds. That's, love without, God is all love, all mercy, all understanding. Like I say, church condemns without love, without mercy, and without any understanding. Wow, we are just exactly the opposite. Satan and God are exactly the opposite of man, truly. Because man is not all love. Man is not. It is hard to love somebody who just punched you in the face or stabbed you in the back. Who cares? Anymore, man, who really cares? I mean, eye for an eye, though. Don't forget that. The law stands. But it says here, I have gathered my myrrh with my spice. I have eaten my honeycomb with my honey. I have drunk my wine with my milk. Now, here it says to his friends, uh, just a label. And I got to label Jesus as friends, but we're going to keep going. Eat, O friends. Drink, yes, drink deeply, O beloved ones. Who drinks wine? Jesus feeds them, and he makes them drunkards. Right? Drink deeply. This says the Shulamite. The Shulamite. Now, I looked this up. Where's the Shulamite from, right? Now, listen to this. Let me pull this up here. Dog it. He is from Shushan. Is that Shechem? Jacob? The Shulamite? Is that Jacob? I'm just asking. Because it doesn't exactly say Shechem. It says Shuthem. Something like that. It's just a minor difference in spelling. But could one or other be an older name of the same place or a newer name of the same place? But this is Jacob. It's from what I'm getting from reading this. But watch this. Now, Rachel is Jacob's wife's maidservant that he had children with. How's that? But let's think. I sleep, but my head is awake. It is the voice of my beloved. I sleep, but my heart is awake. It is the voice of my beloved. I tell you that Jesus is not, he's still in the earth. The spirit, he's out there in the spirit, and I can really hear quite a few different spirits now within the Levite community, the musicians. Different spirits rolling there. And I was really, really surprised at how, now these spirits are run by the Lord of this world. Now, I would refer, man, I wish I could do multiple things, because I'd love to bring up some songs and go down through there and kind of show you where you can hear the Holy Spirit, where you can hear the Lord of this world, where you can hear, and things like this, that the different, you can hear those five easily. And there's many more, I'm sure. I'm not that bright. But I need to quit rambling here, because I need to move on. Now, this is where he's in there. I sleep. Jesus is in the flesh dead, but my heart, the spirit, is awake within the flock, and within, well, it's multiple flocks, and we're going to cover that. And he says, he knocks, saying, open for me, my sister, my love. Doesn't Jesus knock at the door? That my sister, my love, the flesh. My dove, my perfect one, For my head is covered with dew, my locks with the drops of the night. Now that's not good, drops of the night. I have taken off my robe. How can I put it on again? How can I defile them? How can I defile them? My beloved put his hand by the latch of the door, and my heart yearned for him. This is Jesus, Jacob. You see, isn't Jesus the door? And blah, blah, blah. I tell you, this book is playing out. Jesus is all over in here. There's this kid, I used to speak of him, that could go through every book of the Bible and show you where Jesus was. And yet it's a book of history. Well, if Jesus is in the Old Testament, written hundreds of years before the New Testament, how can you call it history? Anyway, those are just things that really get to me. And my heart yearned from. I arose to open for my beloved, and my hand dripped with myrrh, my fingers with liquid on the handles of the lock. My hands dripped with myrrh, my fingers with liquid. You heat that up to get a liquid, right? With fire as you reach for the door. I opened for my beloved, and my beloved had turned away and was gone. Look for me, and he will not find me. And my heart leapt up when he spoke. That's when you get that call. Jesus. Yeah, baby. It's written about. So, it says here, I sought him, but I could not find him. I called him, but he gave me no answer. Is this, you think, but the watchman, you're using your own. Say, you're letting that taint your spirit because you're not listening to God the Father. You're listening to the apostles, not even Jesus, because Jesus only speaks the words the Father gives him. So you're not even listening to Jesus. You listen to the apostles who tell you you can condemn every person on the planet somewhere in there. I don't know where you get that, but that's who tells you you can kill everybody, right? And it says, the watchmen who went about the city found me. They struck me. They wounded me. The keepers of the wall took my veil away from me. Jesus took that veil, right? I charge you, O daughters of Jerusalem, if you find my beloved, that you tell him I am lovesick. Wow. That is, what is your beloved more than any other beloved? O fairest among women, who is your beloved more than another beloved, that you so charge us? The Shulamite. My beloved is white and ruddy. Is that the white horse? Is that the dude dripped in blood? I just want to know. My beloved is white and ruddy, chief among 10,000s. I tell you, many spirits, those in charge of 10,000s, those in charge of thousands, those in charge of hundreds, and those in charge of tens. His head like the finest gold. His locks are wavy and black as a raven. His eyes are like doves by the rivers of waters, washed with milk and fitly set. His cheeks are like the bed of spices, banks of scented herbs. His hips are like lilies, dripping liquid myrrh. Man, I mean, if I wasn't so slow, I'd almost call that a description of that picture that Catholics put out of if he had the black hair, the blue eyes, pictures of doves and all this. and the little glowy cheeks, and the his hands are rods of gold, set with beryl. His body is carved ivory, inlaid with sapphires. His legs are pillars of marble set on bases of fine gold. Earth is my footstool. Fine gold. This flesh they're trying to get. His countenance is like Lebanon, excellent as the cedars. His mouth is most sweet. Yes, he is altogether lovely. This is my beloved. This is my friend, O daughters of Jerusalem. Who's his friend? Peter, Paul, John. No, not Paul, my bad. Peter, Mark, Luke, John, and then, all them. Those are I would not tell you anything I wouldn't tell my friends. FYI, that's exactly what Three Doors Down says in that song, too. Exactly. I mean, the words come right out of his mouth that are in this book. But anyway, uh, my beloved has gone. No, no, no. Now this is 6. Where has your beloved gone? O fairest among women. Where has your beloved turned aside, that we may seek him with you? The Shulamite, my beloved has gone to his garden, to the beds of spices, to feed his flock in the garden, and to gather lilies. I am my beloved's, and my beloved is mine. He feeds his flock among the lilies. So obviously his flock is not the pretty little flower. He picks those. But wisdom tells you to leave it, right? So you can enjoy it. But he picks those. It says he feeds his flock in the gardens to gather lilies. And to gather lilies. I am my beloved's, and my beloved is mine. He feeds his flock among the lilies. Now the lilies are not that's a pretty flower. That's not a weed, right? I know you need to label it as a weed, and you probably pull out the Roundup on it, just like you do with your mouth against the world. So many Christians will use Roundup and poisons on anything. It's that spirit. See, I won't even buy Roundup or nothing. I don't spray my stuff. I'm not trying to kill off my beauty that I get from my land. But, that's a Christian will go grab the Roundup because they don't want to pull the weed. They want to spray it and kill it. Just like they don't want to go out there and feed the flock. They want to kill it from here. They just want to slaughter it. Ain't no sense. Let them be all scrawny and ucky and, dirty sheep and all that. We'll just kill them anyway. They don't need to be fat and full and sassy. No, we just kill them as lame ducks over there. That's the thing. See, you don't even feed the flock, so they're not even fat and juicy. No, you see them? They're starving. Starving. Everything is in front of our eyes. Everything in front of our eyes. Oh, my love, you are as beautiful as Tirzah. Lovely as Jerusalem, awesome as an army with banners. So he's not Jerusalem. Turn your eyes away from me, for they have overcome me. Your hair is like a flock of goats going down from Gilead. Benjamin owns Gilead, right? Going down from it. This is my land. I keep telling you. Down from my land ain't good. That's Egypt. Your teeth are like a flock of sheep, teeth sharp, which have come up from the washing. Everybody here is sin-free. That's everybody on the planet. This dude claims to be the Lord of all flesh, the Father of all flesh, everything. So I go to create a place for you. You're here. You've been washed. Everybody's clean here. No sin, just like I say. Come up from the wash. Everyone bears twins. Takes two to make one, right? Is it going to be a good half or a bad half? Because one is a blank slate. And none is barren among them. Truth. Everybody here has a spirit and a flesh. Whoopee! And none is barren among them. Like a piece of pomegranate are your temples behind your veil. Behind this veil that you love so much. Like a piece of pomegranate. Like a piece of Islam. Don't forget that. He's in the vineyard looking at pomegranates. Right? He has gone to his garden. My bad. Vineyards and pomegranate trees and fig trees are in the garden. But it says there are 60 queens, 80 concubines, and virgins without number. Now, virgins without number, virgin wombs, those are the flesh here. Now, I tell you, this is a womb. I'm formed in the womb. They're corrupt from the womb. When this womb dies, that's the virgin womb releasing the spirit. Many virgins here. Nobody's died. Death is the end of their virginity. The womb has not given birth yet. My dove, my perfect one, is the only one of her mother, the favorite of the one who bore her. I tell you, the mother loves you so much. Loves you so much. The daughters saw her and called her blessed, the queens and the concubines, and they praised her. The queens and the concubines praised her. Who is she who looks forth as the morning? Fair as the moon, clear as the sun, awesome as an army with banners. I went down to the garden of nuts to see the verdure of the valley, to see whether the vine had budded and the pomegranates had bloomed. Before I was even aware, my soul had made me as the chariots of my noble people. The vine had budded, to see whether that had budded or the pomegranate had bloomed. The vine, well, Christians are the wine, right? They are the vine. Pomegranates, that's Islam. That's this dude's garden. It's got vineyards and pomegranate trees. I tell you, you have the same exact dude. Jesus on both sides. Jesus called Allah. Jesus called Christ. Neither one of you call him a fool, though. You know, he trapped you with pretty words coming out of his mouth. You know, it says here, your teeth are like a flock of sheep. Now, teeth are sharp. Like a flock of sheep is humility. His teeth are sharp. His words are easy. But that tongue kills, right? Man. Now this is 6:13, the beloved and his friends. Return, return, O Shulamite. Return, return, that we may look upon you. The Shulamite. What would you see in the Shulamite? As it were, the dance of two camps, Cain and Abel. That's them spirits inside, going at each other. Right here's the fight. Cain kills Abel. The flesh kills the spirit. Cain's sister was homely. That's flesh too, right? How beautiful are your feet in sandals, O prince's daughter. That's church, the prince, right? That has all authority, that's now God and everything. The curves of your thighs are like jewels, the work of the hands of a skillful workman. Your navel is a rounded goblet. It lacks no blended beverage. Your waist is a heap of wheat. Now I tell you right there at the waist, and when we discussed the dude sitting on a throne in Daniel's vision, or was it Ezekiel's vision? It doesn't matter. Where the throne is the dividing line. The top gives the appearance of fire. It's not true fire. The bottom is true fire. That's where the wheat is sitting, right on the lap. You can go either way. That's the Cain and Abel battle, right there at the middle on the lap, right here. You know, uh, right on God's lap. Gods and sons of God. What do you want to be? You want to be a God or you want to be a son of God? Cain and Abel are sons of God, right? Sons of Yabeldov, who is the Lord of this world. Elohim and Yahweh are his sons, named Cain and Abel. So that's Adam and Eve and Cain and Abel. And, you know, this is not a good place to stay when you're in the flesh. Flesh is not the answer. Your waist is a heap of wheat set about with lilies. The wheat and the tares. See, to him, the lilies are not grapes or pomegranates. They're lilies. They're beautiful flowers. They go to the Father. But let's see. Your two breasts are like two fawns, twins of a gazelle. Cain and Abel, both within you. Your two breasts are like two fawns. That's an example of the milk. Okay? The milk from Cain or the milk from Abel are like two fawns. Now, fawns are little does, children, twins of a gazelle. Now, a gazelle is a fleety, light, comes a serpent type animal. You know, they're fast and swift and very silent amongst the beasts of the field. Your neck is like an ivory tower, stiff. Your eyes like the pools of Heshbon. Now, is that the pool? I should have looked that up first. Is that the pool where the crippled dude was sitting and pushed him off into the, waiting to get pushed off into the water, the healing waters. Their eyes are like that healing water. They believe that they're, been healed from that. By the gate of Bath Rabbin, your nose is like the tower of Lebanon, haughty up in the air, right? It can only be a tower that way, high in the air, stiff-necked, high in the air. Okay? Which looks towards Damascus. Your head crowns you like Mount Carmel, and the hair of your head is like purple. A king is held captive by your tresses. Now, let's go with this. Your head crowns you like Mount Carmel. Not Mount Sinai, not Mount Carmel. And the hair of your head is like purple. Now, this is the serpent head. It's like purple. You think you're a king, the lion, the purple. Okay, that's attitude. Ego is what I refer to. It's ego. The beast of the field would be the ego that people have here. That's the easiest way I could describe the spirit inside is ego. And a king is held captive by your tresses. I tell you, a king, Yahweh, is held among the people. How fair and how pleasant you are, O love with your delights. This stature of yours is like a palm tree, and your breasts like its clusters. And I said, will you go up to the palm tree? I said, I will go up to the palm tree. I will take hold of its branches. Now let now your breast be like clusters of vines, and I will hold its branches if you do not bind the hands of the strong man first. Yeah, I just got that. I will take hold of its branches, binding the hands of the strong. That's this spirit. I would call her Methuselah, or the fornicated Eve, and stuff like that. This is not a good girl. This is not the good guys. Okay? Even the queens and all that were like, oh, starry-eyed at her. Okay, that's not good. The queen coveted that. If you... Women are the worst at it. Looking at women and, oh man, she's pretty, she's ugly. That means you covet because you're judging somebody else's beauty against another. We're all in God's image. We're all beautiful. No matter what you look like, you are beautiful to me. Fat, thin, haggard looking, broken. Doesn't matter. I tell you, there's a lot of beautiful souls here. It's what's on the inside. People get crushed. And a lot of times, that affects the look on the outside. Got to see what's in there. And they're all beautiful. Doesn't matter what you look like. You're beautiful. You're beautiful to my Father. You're beautiful to me. The spirit is pure, people. The spirit is pure. It's the flesh that gets crushed. Anyway, let me get back to this. Give me just a second. I'm going to take just a second here. Let me hit this. Tresses. You're a king held captive by your tresses. Now, tresses are locks of hair. A woman's locks of hair. But you see, they won't let Jesus die and move on. You know what I'm saying? They keep bringing him back every day, all day long. It's that I spoke of. Every time you see a sin, Jesus has to die again. You're keeping him alive. He's a sacrifice. He died and he gets to move on. But you want to bring him back a second time. And a third. He's been glorified like this once before. And we discussed that. You know, let now your breasts be like clusters of the vine. See, that's what it's been feeding him. The milk. Just milk. And wine. Now it says, the fragrance of your breath like apples. Knowledge. Didn't Eve eat the apple? And the root of your mouth like the best wine. The root of his words will get them drunk because it's for their zeal. They're searching and they've broken it down to every chapter and little verse so they can memorize it and speak it like they have not. Isaiah 15:41 or whatever. I don't know if that's even in here. Don't care. But that's how they want to speak. You know, that gives them that pompous attitude that I'm better than everybody else because that dude doesn't know chapter and verse, but I know chapter and verse. I shine brighter than him. And the root of your mouth like the best wine. The wine goes down smoothly for my brother, my beloved. The drunkards, the church, goes down smoothly for them. Moving gently the lips of the sleeper. It's bringing you right along. We're the sleepers, right? We're the dead. And that sleeper's up in there in the land of forgetfulness. I am my beloved's, and his desire is towards me. Not supposed to, I guess you can marry your sister. Come, my beloved, let us go forth to the field. Let us lodge in the villages. Let us get up early to the vineyards. Let us see if the vine has budded, whether the grape blossoms are open. The grape blossoms, the womb, right? The blossom, I guess. The blossom would be here, the head, right? Because that's the tip of the vine. Because the fruit actually forms right at the base of the flower. That's the signal that the fruit is coming, not that it's ripe. The fruit has to be pollinated first. The flower has to be pollinated first before it will sprout fruit. Say the pollinating is the Word of God or the Word of Jesus. The two on the table. And the pomegranates are in bloom. There I will give you my love. The mandrakes give off a fragrance. At our gates are pleasant fruits, all manner, new and old. New and old, the flesh and the spirit, which I have laid up for you, my beloved. Laid it up because you're killing it all, right? He's laying up more for you. Don't worry, which I have laid up for you, my beloved. Now this is chapter 8. Well, I want to try and finish this. so it might be a little long. Oh, that you were like my brother, who nursed at my mother's breast. If I should find you outside, I would kiss you. I would not be displeased. I would lead you and bring you into the house of my mother. She who used to instruct me. I would cause you to drink of spiced wine, of the juice of my pomegranate. Islam. Now, who was told to go back to their brother? Whose mother was deceitful and devious? Spiced wine. Whose mother? Jacob and Esau's, right? Jacob came first, but she ensured that Jacob got Jacob got the blessing. That's deceitful. And you praise her for that, and her children that were put in charge on a lie. All liars go to hell. Jacob lived a lie, and he helped his mother facilitate a lie to deceive his father. Now, if you're honest with yourself, is that righteous? Is that good or evil to be deceitful to your husband? I just want to know. If it's okay for her, then it's okay for you, right? See, this is what that brings. Without looking at the whole picture, you only get half a story. How can that be righteous? How can it be righteous for Sarah to not believe the word of God and send Abraham off to another chick? How can Abraham be righteous if he did that? He could have corrected his wife and say, no, love, the Lord has told us we will receive a child. We will wait on that. That's faith. He had no faith. He believed and went and had another child with a different woman. He believed Eve. Just like Adam. Adam and Eve. Adam is the evil one. He listened to his wife. When his wife brought him the apple, he went, okay, I'll eat that. Instead of saying, my Father, God of us all, told me not to eat of that. I will not eat of it. That's all he had to say. I won't. I'm my own free man. No, buddy, I ain't taking that. He should have corrected Eve. And that's the spirit inside, not the fleshly wife you have right with you. Big difference. You don't control her. She's created with free will too. It's love, unconditional love. That's the word I was looking for. Unconditional love. That is God. The only way out is to have that love within you. No requirements. Unconditional. And that was supposed to be facilitated by pray for your enemies. Hopefully you would get some love in there. The way you pray for your enemies is, I hope they all burn in hell forever. And I don't have to look at them. Well, except for maybe if I need a marshmallow roasted or something. I don't know. to the daughters of Jerusalem, his left hand is under my head, and his right hand embraces me. Do you not? Footprints. You say that's Jesus lifting you up under your head, giving you spiritual advice. And then he's leading you along in his hand. He's holding your head in his left hand. The left is considered unrighteous. Cover that. I charge you, O daughters of Jerusalem, do not stir up nor awaken love. Do not stir up nor awaken love until it pleases. This is the same thing that Joshua told the people as they were crossing the Jordan. Hush, be quiet, wait for the call. Do not stir up nor awaken love until it pleases. They're waiting for the call. And it's coming. That's when they're going to be made like man and be the 666. Who is coming up from the wilderness, leaning upon her beloved. I awakened you under the apple tree. Awakened under knowledge, understand. You know what I'm saying? There your mother brought you forth. There she bore you, brought you forth. The Shulamite to her beloved. Set me as a seal upon your heart and a seal upon your arm. Jacob got that ribbon around, Esau got that ribbon around his arm, right? But see, set me as a seal upon your heart, as a seal upon your arm, for love is as strong as death. Unconditional love means you are full of love. You have defeated death. Death comes from inside your convictions. Now, if you're willing to condemn another, you will be condemned. Unconditional love forgives sin before it even happens. Wow. Truth brings you that knowledge. More than anything, truth trumps wisdom. And it's just the opposite. Jacob had no mark, Esau did. The second son was put in charge. That's the mark. He doesn't have one. He was not sealed. Jealousy, as cruel as the grave, in flames are flames of fire. Its flames are flames of fire. And they are. They're jealous of the world. That's what causes the judgment. Oh, you can't do that because I can't do that. Oh, you can't do that because I can't do that. Oh, you can't do that. It's jealousy. Got the green little monster inside. I don't care what they do. It's not my life. I tell people that all the time when they start talking about somebody else or something. I said, look, man, I've got so many problems in my life and, daily things that I have to accomplish that I don't give a crap what somebody else is doing to get through their day. I don't. Why should that affect my life? What the dude down the street is doing. Unless he's building a nuclear bomb in his house, it doesn't affect me at all. And building it doesn't affect me. It's when you hit the button that it affects me. So, just because he's tearing down his house, that's a board at a time. Maybe he'll start putting it back together soon. Who knows? I don't know. God is telling him to tear it down. God will tell him when to build it back up, I reckon. These are the things you have to, it's so simple. If God controls everybody, when you call out a sin, you're calling out God's will. He wants that person to do that. If he didn't, they have to be filled with both sides. Some people are on their evil side. I don't know which is first. Probably the evil is the last side. That's what you get your good first. That's the feast. And then the famine would be the evil. And, wow. Because my life's been crap. Not really. I mean, it brought me where I'm at. That's, but I guess when I was being crushed, I could have went either way. I speak of that. Huh. So, again, truth within Scripture. Oh, man. See, that's the hardest thing to admit. With 100% truth, I can say I was the problem. No problem. My father asked me, was I wrong? I'll say, yes, sir. Yes, sir. No argument. And you know what I've learned through the way I was raised is that truth lessens the punishment, while in reality, it's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? When somebody comes with truth, it should facilitate. Now, I'm not saying there should be no punishment within that. But a lot of times the punishment is the lesson learned through that mistake. You know what I'm saying? All the struggles they got to get to that reality of truth is punishment enough. No need to punish them more. You know what I'm saying? We see it a lot. And I mean, I'm going to speak here out my backside a little bit probably. But let's say a 16-year-old coming from a house party, drinking, kills somebody. That's horrible, right? I can guarantee that child learned a lesson in that moment when he took life. We'll take that kid, throw him off behind bars, 5 to 10, instead of putting him in counseling to help him overcome the problem of the murder on his heart. Because that is going to eat at him more. And if you just set him off behind bars, behind with people who, I mean, let's be honest, don't care, or they wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? They're selfish people, or they wouldn't have been doing something to somebody else. Is that going to fix that guy? Is he going to have any regrets of killing? If he's stuck with people who are happy they killed who they did, they're mad about getting caught, not mad about what they did. That's why I think we should weigh cases. For one, why does a child feel at 16 or such that he needs the alcohol? What's that problem there? Some child stealing, what's the problem there? We go straight to punishment. It's I can't speak on that. No correction. Just, I told you not to do that. Whack, whack, whack. My way, or you're going to get a whooping. And that's how the world has become. No unconditional love. It's either my way or you're going to pay in some other way. Karma, right? What comes around goes around. No. See, that's that attitude. That's judgment. What comes around goes around is judgment upon the situation. See, another lie considered wisdom. You need the whole picture, not your picture. Many waters cannot quench love, unconditional, nor can the floods drown it. They have no love. They hate. Their love has been drowned. If a man would give for love all the wealth of his house, it would be utterly despised. I have given all the wealth of my house away more than once. More than once. Everything we had. Well, that's a lie. We left with 8 suitcases. 5 on the way back. Even less. We took 8 suitcases. Most people bring more stuff with them. We came back with 5. Stuff like that. I came back with less. And I was considered rich. Wow. It would be utterly despised. The Shulamite's brothers. We have a little sister, and she has no breasts. Man, what shall we do for our sister in the day when she is spoken for? Jesus has no, that's the little sister perhaps, the bride of the bridegroom, because he is the one who's taken all you with him, so he would be the one offering you to God, not the other way around. He would be bringing you there. He doesn't judge. He gets to keep a lot of you, but he doesn't judge, see. He takes both, right? Lilies, pomegranates, and, the vine, the grapes. Takes them all. If she is a wall, we will build upon her, the chief cornerstone, right? A battlement of silver. And if she is a door, we will enclose her with boards of cedar. The Shulamite, I am a wall, and my breasts like towers. Then I become in his eyes as one who found peace. In his eyes, the church has found peace. I am a wall, not a door. There's a hedge around them. That's a wall. They don't have a door. God does not hear the prayers of sinners. They have to go through Jesus, so they're behind the wall. Everybody here can ask the Father whatever they like out here in the world. Can't hear behind that wall. We will build upon her a battlement of silver, and if she is a door, we will enclose her with boards of cedar, a wall. If the religion becomes a door, if they actually begin to see and become enlightened of it all, they'll close that door. Isn't Jesus the door, the one with the key? Ba 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 ba. For you. Not me. I have a key. The key. But in his eyes as one who found peace. They're all good. Faith alone. Jesus took care of all the works for all time in his little bitty 3-year ministry. And now we're all good. Solomon had a vineyard at Baal Hamon. He leased the vineyards to keepers. Everyone was to bring for its fruit 1,000 silver coins. Tell you the silver is the spirit. To Solomon, my own vineyard is before me. You, O Solomon, may have 1,000, but those who tend its fruit, 200. You who dwell in the gardens have the companions listen for your voice. Let me hear it. Wow. The Shulamite, make haste, my beloved, and be like a gazelle. Now, what is like? We talked about a gazelle. It says, come as a serpent, choose the cud, light of foot, kind of, or a young stag. Now, a young stag is proud, standing tall on the mountains of spices. Man, the mountains are pyramid. That's the end of it. Make haste, my beloved. See, that like a gazelle or a young stag. See, that's that Cain attitude. That's that ego. Be sneaky on the inside. Chew on the words. But then, be proud. Or a young stag, be proud. That's the Cain and Abel. Both sides. The pomegranate and the fig and the grapevine. I went a little long, y'all. Sorry about that. But not really. I can't lie. Nothing pleases me more than the words of my Father. Nothing makes me more sad either. May the Holy Spirit guide you. May God, the Father, the Creator of us all, protect your soul.